Yeah, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a fellow female Bitcoiner who's going to be talking to us about her experience building her own Bitcoin startup company, and she's going to guide us through real-life steps to how to do our own. Please join to the stage. Nolte. Big round of applause, please.
Okay, hi everyone, how are you doing?
We're here all the
way from the Free State, so we traveled quite a bit if you know how far that is. Okay, so I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Corlia Nolte from the Free State. So I started freelancing in 2024, and I think it's something we can all agree with, that it's not always the best to be employed by a company, you know, and we don't always like to ask for permission, like, can I do this during the workday? It's like you're an adult now, but you still have to ask the more adults permission to do something with your time. So I started freelancing in a way to have sovereignty over my own career, not just my money. So, you know, if you lose your job, it's quite out there these days. So it's just, you know, decentralizing your income, having more than one client, so that if you lose a client, it's not the end of the world. So let's start. The clicker is not working. And also, this is a workshop, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. But let's start. Okay, so what does the statistics say? There are 1.57 billion freelancers worldwide, which makes up 36.6% of the global workforce. So almost half of the global workforce is freelance today. At least 25% of employees globally are looking to take up freelance work in 2025 to 2026. This includes part-time and full-time. The freelance workforce grew by 90% between 2020 to 2024 in the US. Remote jobs grew by 312% globally since 2020. The youth unemployment in South Africa sits at 58.5% in the third quarter of 2025. Yes, that's quite awful. The average entry rate for South African freelancers is between 250 to 350 rand per hour for skills like copywriting or virtual assistance. The official unemployment rate in South Africa was between 31.9% to 32.2% in Q3 of 2025. There's only between 16.8 to 17.1 million people employed in a country of over 60 million people. Our university graduates, 23.9% are unemployed. This is almost 1 in every 4 graduates. 74% of executives don't care about degrees in hiring freelancers. So how to get started? This is the building blocks of Bitcoin freelancing. So this isn't like a cookie cutter, you have to do this to succeed. This is just looking back on my journey, how I would have made it a bit easier for myself, because at the beginning you don't really know what you're doing, like where you should go. So this is just simple tips, but like I said, it's not cookie cutter. Okay, so the first block, I would suggest engaging with your community. So I started engaging with the Bitcoiners. You know, the Bitcoiners are mostly on X. There are a few on LinkedIn. I'm connected on LinkedIn. But this is just, you know, building a type of portfolio of yourself. So maybe you can see some companies there doing great work. You like to maybe collaborate with those on a project, or you're interested in what they're doing, so you can engage with them, and once you can maybe send them a message so that they know about you. If you're sending them maybe your CV, they go, well, I've seen this person, and they're more likely to be interested in your CV. I have a few notes here, so I'm not reading it, just I don't want to forget anything. So also what I did, it's great to make a list of people you're interested in working with, so that you know like where you need to engage, and also maybe they have someone in their comments that are looking to hire a freelancer, so that they can also see you. That is quite helpful. I had less than 1,000 followers on X or on Twitter when I landed my first client there. So it's not really like you're an influencer or anything. It's just, you know, having a trustworthy profile. People get to know you. People see like you're not like in crypto. You're not Ethereum. You're like Bitcoin. So that also helps. The second block is figuring out your skills or interests. This one, I should say, it's quite tricky at the beginning. If you don't already have something you're interested in, like I was working in admin, so it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I didn't have a specific thing starting out, like what I wanted to do. So, and it's also important to know you won't ever have it completely figured out. Even today, I'm not sure like where I should pivot to next. It's something that grows with you. But this is just a starting point. You're not going to marry this niche, I can say. What is helpful if you don't know where to start is doing research on Bitcoin job boards. You can see what kind of jobs are trending, which kind of jobs you would be interested in. So the Bitcoin job boards you can look at is bitvocation.com. I can give you a moment to write that down. So bitvocation.com, and the other one is bitcoinjobs.com. So it's quite easy. I think they would probably be in the top 10 suggestions if you also Google Bitcoin job boards. So if you don't know where to start, just scroll through there. Like, I know a lot of people think it's mostly developer jobs, but you would be surprised. I think it's like 75%. We're going to go over the December stats at the end. They're mostly hiring outside of developers, but yes. The third block is growing that skill or interest. So a very valuable resource is the Sailor Academy. I don't know if you know about that. I also found out about that when I just got started. So it's a free online resource from Michael Saylor himself. So you can get certified doing courses. It's at Learn. Oh, sorry, let me just quickly check. I don't want to give you the wrong link. It's learn.saylor.org. You can also use YouTube. I know I used a lot of YouTube when I got started. And what's also important in this stage is doing mock projects. So you're not just like watching YouTube videos and watching. You should actually practically apply that. So in that way, you're also getting a bit of confidence, and that helps you to also add that to your portfolio. So you can show someone like, here is what I did. It counts as a part of your portfolio, even though it's just a mock project. Okay, the fourth block is get out of tutorial hell. So this is like the second hurdle you probably might face. I know I face it at some point. It's when you're learning, you're watching YouTube videos, you're on Sailor Academy, but you always feel like, I don't know enough. So I just need to watch one more video, and this is really where a lot of people get stuck. So, like I said, mock projects are great for this, like getting the practical experience of it, and you don't have to know everything. This is also something I remind myself of daily. Is you don't have to know everything. You just have to know. You just have to be one step ahead of your client. So you'll really be valuable to them. Okay. The fifth block is compiling your proof of work. So this can be a PDF document, this can be social media, a post thread, an Upwork profile. I have all three of those things. On Upwork, that's a bit fiat, but there are Bitcoin companies that actually do have postings on Upwork. And also, what is important here is creating it into a bit of a story. So you're not just adding screenshots of your work. You are focused on the outcome. Like, phrase the client, if it's a more project, you say the client needed this, or the client had this project, or this problem. Here is how I solved it. Here are the outcomes. For a project, you probably won't have outcomes. But it's best if you can show your client, this is how I'm going to take you from point A to point B. Don't spend hours trying to perfect it. Just having something done is a lot more valuable than having it perfect and it never getting done. The sixth block is broadcasting your proof of work. So if you are on Bitcoin, there's a Bitcoin signal group. If someone there might be interested in your service, you can send your PDF there, or if you have your proof of work on social media, I actually asked a few clients of mine if they can reshare my thread, and that I also got a few reviews that way by them resharing my thread. You can DM people that you would like to work with. I know this feels very weird, cold pitching to people, but it's really valuable, especially if you know they're following you back, and if they follow you back, they probably trust you enough so that you can send them a DM. So a big part of the game is learning how to face rejections and being okay with it. Like when I was on Upwork, I sent around 20 proposals before I landed my first client, and this remained consistent. It dropped down to maybe 18 proposals before I got my second client. It's around there. So you're probably going to have to do a lot of cold pitching before you land a client, but it's fine. It's all part of the game. It's a numbers game at the end. The seventh block is delivering the work. So under promise, over deliver always. That's how you get clients that will continue to want to work with you. That's how you get referrals from clients. Referrals are really helpful so that you don't have to do all the pitching. And you want great reviews. Like, reviews are also very important to show you're trustworthy. Like, people don't always trust you. They trust what other people say about you. Never be afraid to ask for that feedback. If you get good feedback, you can share that as your proof of work. If you get bad feedback, you'll at least know what to improve on. The eighth block is getting paid. So you can go the Bitcoin way or you can go the fiat way. I do a bit of both. So for international fiat payments, I use Wise. It was previously TransferWise. So that's very quick and easy to get payment. You have to pay 300 Rand to get it set up. After that, the 300 Rand is in your account. A lot of, I think the UK clients, if they pay you, you get it instantaneously. It's about 130 Rand to withdraw into your South African bank account, and also the money shows within 45 minutes. Then for Bitcoin payments, I use a Lightning wallet, I use Blink, and I create the invoices. You can create the invoices in Canva. They have a lot of great templates. You can do that for free, and then they can pay you via Blink. I just usually add my Blink address and add a QR code. Then for tax tracking, you can use Coinly or Taxstem. I have used both of them. They are both paid. Coinly is just to keep track of your transactions, and Taxstem is it helps you file your taxes. So I know that's not a great thing to deal with, but unfortunately that is the reality we have to deal with that at some point. So I also used Zoho Books to keep track of everything, my expenses and my income. I did switch over to QuickBooks, but Zoho Books has a free option, but if you want to have international currency, then you have to pay that. The ninth block is ongoing maintenance. So it's important to continue growing your skill set. So it can be quite competitive out there. So you need to be updated on what's going on. Also, like I said, you don't have to marry the service you're providing. If you want to provide something else, you can do that. And I feel like it's easier to offer that service to existing clients you have a relationship with, rather than searching for new clients. And continue adding to your portfolio. It's great if you can continue expanding on your portfolio. And also, what helps is increasing your rate by 10 to 15% after every new client. Because I know me myself face this where I have a rate and I'm stuck at that rate. So don't feel bad to increase your rate by 15% as you get new clients. Continue being active with your target audiences. That's a great way to continue getting inbound referrals. I did get inbound referrals by continuously being active in the Bitcoin community. I know I'm not that active today, but that really helps. And don't get too fixated on your niche. Like I said, you can change your niche at any time, but just getting started, you have to start somewhere. Also, which something that is helpful is registering on btcmap.org. So that's where Bitcoiners can go to find Bitcoin businesses. So if you want Bitcoiners to find you, go register on btcmap.org. The 10th block, common mistakes to look out for. So these are mistakes I've made, so I can share with you. Waiting until you're ready. You're probably never going to feel ready. It's quite an interesting journey. It's important to put yourself out there and having trust in yourself that you can figure it out as you go along. Obviously, don't make promises you can't keep, but don't wait until you feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. And chasing the perfect niche, like I said, just pick somewhere and get started with it. You can change it later, and it would be easier to change it as you already have reviews and you're already trusted. Overpricing before you have proof. It's going to be difficult to land a client if you're asking high rates, but then at the same time, don't underprice yourself. That's also a problem I have, is underpricing myself. But as you grow your skill set and your confidence, and yes, raise your rates. Another mistake is not asking for referrals. Like I said, referrals are very important for you for continuous growth. And yes, let's have a look at the Bitcoin job market. This is the December 2025 report. You can see there were 113 jobs posted in December 2025 on bitvocation.com. 47% of jobs posted were for remote positions. 72% of jobs posted in December was non-developer roles. The non-developer roles posted included product manager, co-founder, data analyst, director, executive assistant, inventory specialist, paralegal, sales manager, social media manager, AFC analyst. So I got started with social media management, and then I expanded a bit into search engine optimization. So now I'm more like a full suite marketing person. Thank you. Do you have any questions? Yes.
So most of the jobs actually are non-developer related, right?
Yes.
And that's like 113 job. That's only for December, or that's?
Yes, that was only for December.
So technically, there are so many jobs. That's worldwide.
Worldwide, yes. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand it. And then,
but 47% of those are remote, so essentially you could be anywhere, right?
Yes.
yeah.
And then you said the other site was
bitcoinerjobs.com. Yes, that's actually where I landed my first 2 clients.
Are you a developer yourself or you do?
No, I do marketing.
Marketing.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no, it's like, yeah.
Okay.
So how long have you been doing this?
For almost 2 years. Yes. Any more questions? Yes.
So you say you use Wise. You can onboard as a South African onto Wise and accept incoming international payments?
Yes, but it's payments, unfortunately.
Sweet.
And also the fees on Wise are very low for you to withdraw. It's about 130 Rand per payment. But I think I pay maybe $1 per incoming payment. So that's why you use Wise for the low fees.
Does the sender need
Does who need Wise?
the sender?
The sender. No. So basically, I have clients in Europe. So Wise allows you to create a Europe bank account. So you can send them. It's just a wire transfer, not a wire transfer. It's a local transfer for them. So their fees are also very low. Okay. Any other questions? No questions. Okay. Thank you so much.
Sorry. Do you know if the trend of the jobs like between 2023 to 4 to 5 been increasing or decreasing? Do we know anything about that?
I don't know specifically, but I guess it has been increasing. I'm sorry, I don't have specific details for you, but you can look at the bitvocation.com website. They have reports every month on what's going on, but I think December had a bit of a dip in job postings. But I think that would be the best to look there. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.